In this video, we take a deep dive into Mariano's recent quiet downswing that has totaled nearly $1 million.
We're taking some dents. We're taking the ship has begun to sink a little, but I should quit.
Mariano's head has now nearly fallen into the table, and he ends the stream down $168,000. In 2 streams, back to back, Mariano loses over $300K. In an interview he did later with HCL co-owner Nick Vertucci, they discussed the downswing and the need to play so loose on stream.
So what happened was I went on this sun run like Nick said last year, and then I started losing near the end of the year. And then this year I was winning a bunch again, and then now I'm losing again. So it's kind of just been like doing this for the last 6 months now.
What do you think it is? Are you not playing well? Are you?
Yeah, so I'm playing way worse. I'm running worse, and I am being less disciplined with my decision making. So it's a combination of all those things. Sure. I mean, I think a lot of people already know that playing on streams, you have to be someone who's fun to watch, not just win a bunch of money. So it's always a fine balance between trying to be a fun player, but also, like you said, not lose everything you have.
Yeah. And, you know, people are fighting for seats because I think factually those are the best games around. And like we talked about, kind of the only games around at that level.
They talk about Mariano's bankroll, surprisingly revealing he always has 100% of himself.
Let me just ask you this. Do you have 100% of yourself?
Yeah,
mostly?
always.
You always have 100% of yourself.
Unfortunately.
No, not really. I feel more pressure the other way if I ever had to. I never have sold a cent, but
yeah, I'm just too afraid to do it.
Yeah, I would be too.
And finally, the 2 huge, most insane hands shown in this video.
Like last night, it was mostly just me being an idiot. I didn't feel much pressure to like be good for the game. You know, last night was a lot of good players.
Yeah,
you know, it was a tough game. So.
It was a tough game, and it was playing big.
Yeah,
yeah.
So there's no need for me to like try to be crazy action in a lineup like that at all. So that was just poor discipline, poor decision, and the cards just didn't fall my way.
Yeah, too, so. You seem frustrated. I tuned in towards the end. I watched on and off, back and forth, and you know, I saw you play a hand without looking.
Yeah.
And you put 25 grand in the pot and said, I need to take a look now. And I saw another hand where you had 8 high, 8-6. It came jack, ace, 6. You had a 6 and you bet into 2 people. Mm-hmm. I know you don't do that normally or know better than that. So it just seemed like you were really off kilter yesterday.
Yeah, I was just blasting off for no good reason.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah, you know what's sad about the whole situation is I don't even want to get into other games. Like, I don't care that much. I'm not trying to get some sick invite into, like, Keating's game or some other private game in Texas or something crazy. Like, I really don't... I don't want to play any more poker than I'm playing now at Hustler. I'm happy with how often I play. I play, like, once a week over with you guys, and that's, like, for what I have going on in my life right now, that's perfect. So there's even less incentive to light my chips on fire, and yet I do it anyway. So, pretty pathetic, but, yeah, no real, like, reason I'm doing it. Yeah.
To me, good or decent poker players like Mariano and Rampage punting off hundreds of thousands of dollars on stream just seems unnecessary. It's of course more often Rampage, despite it being Mariano in this video. By now, they each have such large followings, I'd think they would always have a seat on HCL or the Lodge when they want it, no matter how they play. Now sure, they can open up their ranges to be generally more entertaining and give a little bit more action for the stream, but they can still win big. Garrett was a great example of this when he played. And it is something Mariano partially recognizes as a recent flaw. I am just speculating, and maybe things are completely different behind the super high stakes scenes, of which Mariano specifically details here when it comes to Nick Airball.
Nick Airball and I have like a pretty clear relationship in both departments. Like we have the poker relationship where we're kind of just co-workers, if you will, and we don't really vibe. And then off the table, I think we're cool. Like we, you know, he doesn't have anything against me personally, as far as I know. And
you guys have talked this out?
Yeah. And I think that it makes perfect sense. Like if I was in Airball's shoes where like he gives a ton of action, he's great for the stream, etc. Yeah, I wouldn't be interested in playing with a Mariano either. So I think I felt that like subconsciously and started just punting harder.
Mariano has been getting a lot of hate lately, which comes from fans pointing out a couple of lucky spots he has been in, like the straight flush versus nut flush versus Andy, and the ace-ace versus king-king versus king-king hand, attesting those and similar hands to being the main reasons he wins and is not down heaps versus actually being a skilled poker player. Here he discusses this and actually has some pretty good self-awareness.
I'm not going to pretend it's all fully under control because just like last year when I was on this Sun run, you can't attest that to me being amazing at poker. I think you also can't attest me being awful the last few months to how much I've lost. There's so much randomness in it.
Oh, totally.
So
man.
much like
it's
people,
so complicated.
It's crazy how much people want to say is like skill dependent. It's really not.
Why does it still seem like gambling to you? I mean, why do you think the same 5 guys make it to the final table at the World Series of Poker every single year? What are they, the luckiest guys in Las Vegas? It's a skill game, Joe.